I think if I had to use one word to describe how President Trump and the Republicans are doing, it would be failure.
I give them a big fat F.
Well, they're not doing very well. They're proving that they can't govern.
It has been a total disaster.
They're not doing real great. They said they were going to drain the swamp, and they just made it deeper.
I've heard their work described as a reign of chaos, and I concur, it is a reign of chaos.
And they're going to have tax cuts that were supposed to benefit the middle class, and of course they've benefited the upper 1%, 83% of the money.
I think every day has been a betrayal of the very people that voted for Donald Trump, taking health care away from them, and trying to anyway, and everyone else.
It's a failure to get a comprehensive jobs bill passed, a failure to move forward on a comprehensive infrastructure bill to fix our broken immigration system.
We don't get the respect from other countries, and inside the United States, the president is dividing the nation.
They are failing the American people.
He has demeaned all the institutions of our government.
We are looking at the dismantling of the federal agencies which are there to provide services to the American people.
The Trump Shutdown. Republicans control the House, the Senate, and the White House, and they can't even get it together to keep government open.
They have failed on health care, failed on immigration, failed on infrastructure, failed on job creation, and failed on fiscal responsibility.
I think the moment that stands out for me the most in 2017 is the night that the Republicans in the Congress jammed through the tax scam.
Oh, there are so many.
Is my disappointment with the president's inaugural address, which was dark and divisive.
Charlottesville, Virginia, it was the most shocking moment, I think, in my lifetime to see Ku Klux Klansmen and neo-Nazis, and have our President of the United States say that we're good people on the side of the KKK and the neo-Nazis.
First, coming right out of the gate when he was elected, this unconstitutional and racist Muslim ban.
Tax cuts for millionaires, for billionaires, for corporations, and it is at the expense of working families and the middle class.
When the president couldn't bring himself to condemn the Nazis in Charlottesville.
Secondly, the attempts to strip health care away from tens of millions of Americans across the country. That effort is still going on.
Borrowing $2 trillion in order to fund tax breaks for corporations and people at the very top of the economy.
Seeing the President of the United States saying on television that there were fine people on both sides, including Nazis.
The tax plan was a total giveaway. It was bought and paid for by the donor class of the Republican Party.
The American people make me hopeful. They are on their feet, they are engaged, they are on the march.
I am so hopeful because I think this is a consequential time, and Americans across the country have recognized that. Women, young people, folks are out in the streets. They are raising their voices, recognizing that our democracy takes work to keep it going.
I'm starting to feel the mist that is coming in a wave for Democrats. Because people want a real change. Working people to have a better deal. They want women to be respected.
Because more and more women are considering running for office, and because the Democrats are fighting for a better deal for American families.
Because we're going to reform our democracy, we're going to improve things, and we're going to create accountability.
Because we have strong institutions, we also have a lot of activism and people around the country who are standing up and going to rallies and protests and marches.
I'm hopeful for the year ahead because Democrats have a bold economic agenda that focuses on better jobs, better wages, for a better future.
Well, I think what we've seen from the American people ought to give us hope. They're speaking up in ways that they haven't in a long, long time.
As it used to be said, happy days are here again. There are times of cheer and beer again.
And because we have Democrats fighting for everyday values, we have a better plan, we're going to have a better country.